Springboard Roadshow Foundation, in partnership with the MasterCard Foundation and Solidaridad, present CoRe, the COVID-19 Recovery and Resilience Program.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the CoRe program. My name is Erica Danfrekua Dickson, and you may call me Danfrekua. I am a clinical psychologist. In simple terms, that means I spend time with people trying to understand their emotions, that is how they feel, their mental state, how they think, and their behaviors, that is what they do. And if there are challenges with any of these, I help them to deal with them. So you see, I am your friend at a time like this. Today, I want us to have a conversation about dealing with the unexpected. But before that, let's ask ourselves a few questions. Take out your notebook and pen or your phone. And if you've already downloaded the workbook from the CoRe website, core.com.gh, you can get ready to fill out the answers to these questions. How do you feel today? Are you excited, worried, or unsure? How do you assess this year so far? Has it been great, average, or difficult? When you compare where you are now with where you thought you would be at the beginning of the year, are you ahead, behind, or at par? When you look into the future, do you feel confident, helpless, or unsure? Interesting questions, huh? And I'm sure you have very interesting answers for me. An unexpected situation or event may either be positive or unpleasant situation. An example of a positive surprise can be when a friend you haven't seen for a long time calls and sends you a huge sum of money via Momo. That is the kind of surprise you wouldn't mind having at all. A negative surprise could be when a flood or fire destroys your workshop or your home and leaves you totally stranded. Now, let us take a little pause here. And I want you to write one situation you've encountered this year. I can imagine that some of you would write down things like, I couldn't pay my rent. I lost my job. I suffered a significant pay cut. My business is closed down. My industry is not operating because of the COVID protocols. I got COVID-19. A loved one got infected. These may be some of your responses. Because we haven't planned for them, unexpected situations often shake us or destabilize us. We are therefore forced to make adjustments in order to be able to cope with the situation properly. How can we adjust to deal with these unexpected situations? Coping with the situation starts with our thoughts, how we think. So here are 10 ways to deal with the unexpected. Number 1, recognize that changes would definitely come in life. We must recognize that as humans, change is inevitable and it's often unpredictable. Once this becomes your mindset, when the unexpected happens, you are not knocked off your feet, even if you are shaking a bit. Momentarily, you may feel shaken, but you do not fall. You don't allow the unexpected to paralyze you. Number 2, Do not assume. Don't assume that the situation is bad simply because you don't want it. It is very difficult to convince someone who owes their bank or who has lost their capital that it is not necessarily a bad thing. But always remember that unexpected situations give you the opportunity for new situations to develop. It gives the potential for new doors to open to you. Where you had been comfortable before, now you have to look for a different or a new way to do the things that you were doing before. Number 3, gather information. Gathering enough information about a situation is always a good tool. Know all you can about the situation from the right sources. This would help you make informed assessment of the situation and draw the right conclusions. Ask yourself questions. Talk to other people and find out if there is something you ought to know. Going to the right sources are important because one thing that has happened with COVID-19 is the amount of fake information that has been circulating, especially on WhatsApp platforms. And many of those messages and videos end up leaving you even more confused and afraid. Always check on the source of what you are receiving before you forward it to other people. Number 4, look for the positives. Don't always look at the negatives in a situation. Also look at the positives. It may be hard to imagine, but with COVID-19, some people have suddenly gotten new businesses. Millions of cloth face masks have been produced all over the country. Some people have gone into hand sanitizer production around the country. Some people have gone into face shield sales. Others use the lockdown period to take an online course. Those who have had to work from home are reporting that they have cut down on transportation costs and have saved all the time that they normally would spend in traffic. And that is a good thing. Number 5, find something to be grateful for. Create a culture of thankfulness, even in this difficult situation. Form a habit of counting your blessings and saying thank you as many times as possible every single day. Have you said thank you today? It will amaze you how much change it will bring about in your life. Give thanks for what you have and the positives of this coronavirus situation. We won't continue, but I want you to take a little pause. Again, pick your notepad or your phone and write down one thing you are thankful for. Just one thing that you can think of. At least you are alive. You are breathing. And that is a great thing. Now let's continue. Number 6, create a positive network of friends. Deliberately surrounding yourself with people who see and know your life, who also see you in the same positive way that you want to focus on. Focus on friends who will encourage you to make the best of your situation instead of folding your arms and complaining. The friends you keep are a good and strong social support network for you in any time of crisis. Number 7, stay calm and pause before you act. Determine to respond to situations, not to react. What is the difference between reacting or responding? When you are overwhelmed with fear, worry or when you panic, you tend to react without much thought. Responses, on the other hand, are properly thought through. They often take time to factor in all the important considerations, although you cannot control what happens. Remember that you have control over your own responses. To be able to remain calm, you may use meditation, including meditating on a scriptural verse. And so, when you are overwhelmed and you think, I can't do this, that is when you must remember to speak to yourself that verse that says, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Or you may listen to some cool music, or you do deep breathing. You slowly take in a deep breath and you slowly bring out the breath. Or you do any other activity that you have mastered to help you to calm down. Only address the issue at hand when you feel calm enough. Number 8, trust in your abilities. Most of us are stronger than we believe. When it matters most, you will realize what your capabilities and your potentials are. So trust in yourself and be confident. Say to yourself, Danfrekua, I am capable. Number 9, find creative solutions. Use a problem-solving approach and get creative in seeking solutions to the issue at hand. Think about how various work meetings, funerals, and social programs, trainings, even church services are all happening on virtual platforms during this COVID period. It has become possible to do so and many other things from home. So look at the problem and determine all the resources that are at your disposal or that you can tap into. A resource is not only financial, it can also be your network of friends, your physical strength, your mental strength, and your resilience, and any other resource that you can think of and fall on. Finally, number 10, always keep hope alive. How would you feel if I told you this year could possibly end as your best year ever? I'm sure you'd say, but how? So what if by the 31st of December this year, I am proved right, and I hope that I will be proved right. Wearing a cap of hope, a cap of optimism, makes you see life differently. Even when everyone says nothing good would happen, you keep looking for the light in the darkest situations. If you are able to practice these few pointers, you would come out victorious, irrespective of how hard you may have been hit in the beginning. I hope that COVID-19 would be the beginning of a new and better life for you. Don't forget to download the workbook for this session. Go to core.com.gh and look for the video, the audio, and the workbook on dealing with the unexpected. Download them, watch, listen over and over again as you take the various exercises. If you have any questions or feedback or require counseling, send your request to us on the CoRe WhatsApp hotline, 055-153-5533. This has been a CoRe program presentation. Till we come your way again, my name is Erica Danfrekua Dickson. Thank you very much, and God bless you richly.
A presentation of CoRe, the COVID-19 Recovery and Resilience Program.